president is coming here to U.S. territory, and he's being allowed access or being hosted in a U.S. military base. Now, I am standing outside a Russian Orthodox church. There you can see it behind me. The architecture itself speaks for it. This is one of the few Russian Orthodox church, a reminder of the shared history between Russia and the United States in Alaska. Remember, Alaska was sold by Russia to the United States in 1867 and then became part of the United States in 1959 as a proper state in itself within the United States. So there is a history, there is a background, and if you actually geographically also look at the U.S. and Russia, how they are positioned on the globe in the world, then this Alaska marks a geographical neighborhood for them because both the countries are separated only by the Bering Strait. If you look at Alaska and from Alaska towards the west, you will see Russia. So clearly this place, Alaska, has a lot of geographical as well as historical significance for both Russia, of course, for the United States. At the moment, Arjun, there aren't very many people around. The service is on over here. Let me quickly bring in one of the people that I have over here. I'm wondering if you can still hear me, or is my video frozen, Arjun?
If it seems a bit jarry there, but there's a great factoid regarding this Russian Orthodox Church you're standing in front of.
Yes.
Maha, US is one of the only countries that has in fact not sanctioned Patriarch Kirill. Now, he's the head of the Russian Orthodox Church. He's been sanctioned by Ukraine, by European countries. The US is the only country which has not sanctioned him from the West. We have your feed again. You were taking us through and having a discussion with some locals. Please go ahead, Maha.
Yes, there's one person around here. Let me quickly speak to him about his opinion and what he believes this meeting can yield finally. Daniel May, thanks for speaking with us. Hi. The question that I really want to ask you at this stage is about Alaska being the place for the meeting, for a very important meeting, Daniel. What do you have? What is your opinion about it?
Well, for me, I've lived here for 23 years. And I think it's a little overwhelming in many ways, because for one, our military bases here are highly protected and highly secured. And I feel like there might be a security breach. You know, I'm not 100% sure, but I hope there's, you know, having Russia come to our bases here, they're probably going to be looking for information. I'm not 100% sure. But I also feel as if it's probably the best bet due to the fact that Anchorage is small and very overwhelming. It would be a little bit too much for the city and also maybe cause chaos for them as well as world leaders. I don't think they would be at danger because they're highly secured, but at the same time, I think it's a little overwhelming for Anchorage and Alaska in a whole. You know,
as a person from Alaska, were you surprised that this was chosen as a venue, or do you think that the kind of shared history Russia and the US have, also the fact that Russian President Vladimir Putin has a ruling from the International Criminal Court, and he's protected on US territory to a large extent, and that's why European countries couldn't be chosen as a venue. Looking at all that, what are your views? I understand that you have concerns with regards to the joint military base being used for the meeting, but as you said, perhaps there was no other venue which would have been so secure for a high-profile, high-stakes meeting.
Well, you know, I think with how close we are to Russia, I think at one point we're like 412 miles from Russia, not here in Anchorage, but in other parts of Alaska. So I think it probably worked best for them to meet here. And, you know, as long as they can get something resolved peacefully would be great. Because that's another concern that I have and other citizens have as well too. You know, what if things get rough and go south, which we definitely hope not, but it's a small community here,
Okay.
and just don't want anything to disrupt our peace.
Got it.
Because
Right. Daniel, thanks for joining us with your views. Very articulate there, and you're expressing sentiments that a lot of people here have. Thank you very much for speaking with NDTV. So there you have it, the concerns expressed by the people here, but they're also hopeful, Arjun, that this can be a place where, which can bring an end to the Ukraine war.
A very important point also raised there. Overwhelming seems to be the word of the week before this meet. Maha, that was my colleague Maha Siddiqui, the first getting you straight ground reports from Anchorage, the first on Indian television. And with that, it's time we slip into a short break. Don't you go anywhere.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux. From conflict to India's crowning glory, I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
When facts are fragmented, we put the pieces together. Where power collides with truth, we are there.
Behind me is that massive security arrangements that are in place.
Behind fractured boundaries, we clear the fog of war. Fault Lines with Gauri Dwivedi, only on NDTV World.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
And that's why it's being said that after Kahuna Pyare, this is the film that has got 2 superstar debutants who are becoming superstars. But what was this faith that you had on these two that that shows on screen?
You don't plan to make a blockbuster. You plan to make a good film. And that's what I think they never let me, they didn't put that pressure on me to live up to. They never gave me a number that we have to hit or a so-called figure that I have to open to. There was all these trappings were just not there, which normally producers do end up putting that pressure. Then you make wrong things. Then you add a song for a shadi song, add a Punjabi song. All these trappings were not there in this film. They were like, just go there and make your film. Do this script, we love this script and make it honestly. And I think the minute that happened, a filmmaker I could just spread my wings and just go out, not worrying about a few. I think when you do that, you get a little more fearless, and then that's what got picked up by people. So I cast appropriate for the film. I didn't cast thinking. I cast what felt right.
You were saying that you are going to say no to him.
Yeah. But that's his fault. Huh? He was now you see, now that we can talk about the film, Krish Kapoor cannot be a timid, sweet boy.
Yes,
sir, how are you, sir?
Last time we spoke.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this guy? He was a sweet boy. And then by the end of the night,
When facts are fragmented, we put the pieces together. Where power collides with truth, we are there.
Behind me is that massive security arrangements that are in place.
Behind fractured boundaries, we clear the fog of war. Fault Lines with Gauri Dwivedi, only on NDTV World.
Welcome back. You're watching World 24/7. We shift our focus to India, where the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board has said it held a bilateral technical meeting with the US Nuclear Regulatory Commission to strengthen cooperation on nuclear safety and regulations as India looks to expand its nuclear power capacity. An Indian delegation also, in fact, participated in the meeting held from the 6th to the 8th of August at the NRC headquarters in Maryland's Rockville. And the AREB, it said in a statement dated the 12th of August. Across the northern border, Air Canada will begin a gradual suspension of flights to allow an orderly shutdown of the country's largest airline as it faces a potential work stoppage by its flight attendants on Saturday. Now, the airline said the first flight will be cancelled Thursday, with more on Friday, and a complete cessation of flying by Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge by the weekend. The union, representing around 10,000 Air Canada flight attendants, issued a 72-hour strike notice Wednesday. Now, in response, the airline issued a lockout notice. Shifting our focus to Western Europe, where Greece is facing its hottest days yet of this year's wildfire season. A senior firefighting official has said after dozens of new blazes erupted in a single day. Mind you, in a single day, and extreme weather hampers extinguishing efforts. Now, strong winds, prolonged dryness, and intense heat waves have worsened conditions across much of the mainland on the island, forcing evacuations and dramatic rescue operations in recent days, as you see on your screens right there. Meanwhile, clashes erupted between Serbian anti-government protesters and supporters for a second day Wednesday, in a major escalation after more than 9 months of persistent demonstrations against autocratic President Aleksandar Vučić. The president's supporters repeatedly hurled flares at protesters in the northern city of Novi Sad near offices of Vučić's ruling Serbian Progressive Party. Protesters then went on to smash office windows as riot police were deployed outside to guard the building. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of World 24/7. News continues on the other side with my colleague Divya. Stay tuned.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
When facts are fragmented, we put the pieces together. Where power collides with truth, we are there.
Behind me is that massive security arrangements that are in place.
Behind fractured boundaries, we clear the fog of war. Fault Lines with Gauri Dwivedi, only on NDTV World.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
Mohit, you are known for your music. All your films, musics stay with us till today. I'm a millennial and those music are kind of music. So whenever we say Mohit Suri film aa raha hai, we know the music will be good, right? It's a given. So you really work hard. But is this always like how you create your music? You need everything in place, the mood, the the lighting, even when the person is in the studio and just singing. And also, how did you select your musicians that this person's voice is perfect for this song?
That's what I think, the amount you give to a song, that's how long it will last, I think. Everyone does the programming, everyone writes the words, everyone makes the thing. But the thing is how much you give, how much of heart you give to the lyrics or to the music or to the melody or to the singing. That's how long the song will last, is what I genuinely feel. If you don't give that love, you're not going to get it back. It's just a simple debit and credit procedure, I think, with the audience. I genuinely feel I don't have any special skill. I don't know any scale or anything else. It's just that I enjoy that process a lot. Give me an evening to just go for a film party or something, I'll skip it. But you give me like a struggling musician to go who has a great tune, some new guys, chill all night with them. I can do that. I can just sit there, make music and stuff like that. We just did that recently. Fahim came down. He just surprised us, and we met in my Bandra office, and Han was there, Aneet was there, and he made me hear his other songs and stuff like that. But it was it's so much fun, because I just think making music, film, you still get to see something. Yeah. I think music is so amazing. You just
don't need to see anything.
It's in the air, and suddenly it just comes together, and it's just, you can just feel it. And something you hear makes you feel something. It's just magical.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years.
Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power,
what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Very good morning. You're watching NDTV 24/7. This is the Breakfast Show. I'm Divya Wadhwa. We have a whole lot lined up for you, including Bollywood actor Shilpa Shetty and her businessman husband Raj Kundra have been charged with defrauding a businessman based in Mumbai of 60 crore rupees. We'll get you the details. First, let's get you the headlines. The wait is finally over. Ratikant's 171st blockbuster Coolie has arrived, marking 50 glorious years of the superstar. Advance bookings are running to the tune of 100 crore rupees. On the directions of the Chief Justice of India, 3-judge bench will be taking up the stray dog case today. That's coming up, to remember, after that Supreme Court directive of removing street dogs in the Delhi NCR region. Now a relook at that very decision. And a crucial Supreme Court verdict expected today as well, as far as actor Darshan is concerned. Do remember that this is his bail plea that is coming up, and earlier it was, of course, his bail plea that was rejected, and now his bail plea coming up yet again. Shilpa Shetty and Raj Kundra are charged with cheating a businessman of 60 crore rupees, which was given for business expansion, spent on personal expenses instead. And monsoon fury continues, and this time around it is in Kinnaur, where flash floods have been reported. Rescue operations are underway. And global rating agency bets on India Inc. S&P says that US tariffs will not impact India's growth story. And is Donald Trump warning Russia that Russia will face very severe consequences if Vladimir Putin does not agree to end the war in Ukraine, which is in the meeting that's coming up tomorrow.